Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be creating a hook which will be called use why did you update hook. So this hook will basically tell us what props has been changed, which has caused the re-render to happen. So whenever we increment, it will show us in the console. So anyways, without further ado, I think we can get started now. So let me first of all create the hook here. Use why did you update .tsx. So the main logic will be is like what we'll do is like I'll be referring the logic which we had in the use previous, where we are storing the previous reference using the use ref, and we are comparing it. So what I'll do is like here also I'll be storing the props in the previous render and comparing it when the use effect gets triggered every time. If it is not clear, I would suggest to check out my use previous video. Otherwise, just continue follow till start writing the code. It will become clear, I guess. So anyways. Let me first declare some of the types here which will be needed. I'll just try to keep things simple, so that's why I'll be using any here. You can try to optimize it if in future if you want. I'll be giving a prop of name to identify the component, and props is going to be the props which will be passed to this hook. Now I'll create a previous props ref, and then I'll return it. Okay, instead of returning anything, I'll do console log here itself, so no need to return anything. Now I'll just have the use effect here. And the use effect will be triggered every time, so I'll not be giving a dependency array to it. So here I just need to check if previous props dot current is there. If basically some previous props is there, then I'll first of all get all the keys, including the current keys and the new keys and the previous keys. Const all keys equal to object dot keys, object here previous props dot current as well as the current props. And we'll be having a changed object which will console log to identify the differences. This will be an object only. This will have a specific structure. Let me add the types for it. So now all keys, I'll just iterate all the keys which I got till now. For each key, I'll do two comparison. First of all, I'll check whether it's an object or otherwise it's a primitive. Based on that, we'll be having different comparisons. So first, let me have a comparison for an object. If type of, sorry, if type of props key is equal to object, and similarly the type of the new prop, since the prop should not change, like it is possible for us to send an object in one render and send a primitive in another render. That's why I'm comparing it this way. Previous props dot current, and if the key existed, it should also be an object. And then I'll just do a basic JSON comparison here. If JSON or stringify, if both are object, then I'll just check the stringified version of both of them. Sorry, if it's not equal to, yeah. Again, I'll copy this part. Here I'll have previous props dot current. Let me see, I think I'm missing something. Here it can be undefined. So let me add an option here. Similarly, if both have changed, like if in the previous if something has changed this render. So what I'll do is like in the changes object for the key, I'll just add from previous props dot current key to the current props key. So this is a scenario for when both are object, and I need to check for another scenario which is when both are or one of them is primitive. Other scenarios which will occur. So then I have to check if previous props, or you can say props of key, if suppose it is not equal to previous props dot current dot key. If that is the case, again I'll add the changes object here, and after the iteration of everything, I think it should be here. After all everything has been iterated, I'll basically check if the object, if there has been any change in with regards to changes object. Basically, I'll check if the object dot keys changes dot object length is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then I'll just do console.log and just say this is causing renders. Causing re-renders. Name as well as the changes object. So, have I missed anything? Here also it should be question mark dot. And let me show you the code which I have written. This is a basic counter where I've assigned a counter style variable object. Basically, I'm passing it to the counter object, counter component, and I have memorized the counter component. And here I'm just rendering it. So nothing fancy there. Let me come back here, refresh it. And sorry about that, I had to write the function here. Use why did you update? It will be counter, and I'll pass it the props for every render. So let us see now. Everything looks fine. Refresh, increment. Mm, increment. One second, I think I missed out something. Previous props will be re-rendering it. Okay, I forgot that we need to reassign the new props again and again so that it gets updated. So after if object.keys, this has been done, then we need to update the props with the current props. So that's what I forgot to do, and let me do it. Refresh. So now increment, this is causing render. We can see what is causing render. It's count, which has changed from 0 to 1. Again 2. Again it will be count. But when it becomes 4, it will be style also. Because style also has changed from one object which is 3rem color blue to 3rem color red. Because here I've added one conditional in the app.tsx file that if its count is greater than 3, then it will be red, otherwise it will be blue. That's why it showed us that something has changed. I think that was it for this video. If it was not clear, I would suggest to check out my use previous hook, which was more simpler than this. Uh, Otherwise, I would suggest to check out the documentation as well if things were not clear with the user F part. Okay, I think that was it for this video and hope to see you in other videos as well. And bye.